Instagram is making some big changes aimed at protecting young users on its platform. Yesterday, the social media platform announced a new teen account setting package that will take effect starting next week. Accounts for users under age 18 will automatically be set to private and placed under the strictest messaging settings. Only people they're already connected to will be able to send them messages, tag them in photos, or mention them in comments. The new settings will also restrict what kinds of content they can view on the app. The app will also send out limit reminders after teen users have spent an hour on the app each day.
Many see these changes as a long time coming since Instagram's parent company first came under fire about the risks its platforms pose to young people. It also came after a whistleblower said Meta's top executives ignored warnings about the dangers for years.
Here to talk more about these features is Omar Gudino. He is a deputy clinical director and senior psychologist of the Child Mind Institute. Omar, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Why don't we just talk a little bit briefly about what social media exposure does to a young person in your experience?
Yeah, I mean, in our experience, the concern is really about what kids are exposed to, right? So it's not so much that social media itself is dangerous, but really thinking about the content the kids are exposed to, who can access and show up in their lives, the kinds of messages that they can send, and also the amount of time that they're spending, right? We have studies that really show that the amount of time kids spend on social media is really associated with increases in risk for things like depression. So it's really that combination of how they're using it, the extent that they're using it to, and then what they're being exposed to that really puts kids at risk for developing mental health issues.
Well, as we see study after study of anxiety and depression, the rates just continuing to go up with young people. How crucial, when you look at these specific features that are being laid out, are these for young people? And is this too little too late?
I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. I'm not sure that it's too little too late. What I think is really important about these changes is that they target a wide range of things. So they're targeting things like privacy, but they're also targeting things like screen time. And I think it's a really nice way to start a more comprehensive approach to say, how can we really make sure that kids are protected as they're interacting with these apps?
And it's interesting because these measures finally put the burden on Instagram itself as opposed to making it the parents' responsibility solely, right? So can you explain why that's actually significant? And can teens get around them?
Yeah, so it's a great question. And with the first part, I think it's really important that this is coming from Instagram itself. When we talk to parents, the biggest concern is really, how do I enforce these with my kid? And the number one thing kids will say is, well, so-and-so has different settings. And I think really having this be the default for teens really sets a baseline for what's expected, and it really normalizes having things like extra protections or additional settings for teens. The other piece, it's challenging. We'll have to wait and see how many ways there are for kids to get around this. I think the biggest concern was initially about the fact that kids report their own birthdays and that this really was self-report. I think it sounds like they're really trying to find additional ways to verify somebody's age, but that part remains to be seen.
This has been so tough, I think, for parents, because I've heard parents argue this is the only way these kids communicate with one another is through messaging. I don't want my kid to be left out at school. So is this effective, or does this change the game and then create new problems down the line?
Yeah, I think it's such a good question that it's really important for us to think about, again, what are the risks for kids? Phones and social media can be a wonderful way for kids to connect. It can be especially beneficial for kids and for marginalized communities where there really aren't a lot of people like them within their schools or communities. So there's lots of benefits and potential promises for how we can use social media. And the concern is really about, again, the content that kids are exposed to and how they're using that phone or social media, how it's interacting with their sleep, for example. So what we really need is better research to really understand what those risk factors are, who's more at risk, and then for us to really look at the outcomes. Do these changes to the app actually lead to improvements in kids' mental health and well-being?
And Instagram says on that point that this is just the beginning, but it's going to take more than an app and changes on an app to enact true change. What else would you like to see done if you were in charge of this?
It's really that partnership, right, between the social media companies, between parents, and between kids. And again, really being able to understand who's at risk and how do we best protect them. So I think it's going to be an ongoing conversation and an ongoing partnership to really support parents in their ability to supervise and to monitor what their kids are doing, to provide that information directly to teens themselves so that they understand why these changes are important and how they're impacting. But really for us as a society to be better at saying, how do we protect kids from from the potential risks there, and how can we really think about designing apps from the ground up so that they're really promoting kids' mental health.
Well, I think that's an important piece too, right? It's like, this is just Instagram. It's not TikTok. It's not Snapchat. It's not any of these other applications. So thank you for the conversation this morning. Very fascinating. Thank you.
Thank you.